Welcome to Dixie Tactical. Today we're going to be shooting the Keltec PR57. This gun is super lightweight. It's comparable to a lot of the other Keltec semi-auto handguns, like the P17 or the PMR 30. Super lightweight. It feels like a BB gun. It feels like a toy. One of the cool things about this though is it's a 20 round capacity, and it takes not magazines but stripper clips, which is pretty unique. So your stripper clip sits in the top like that, and then you push your thumb down to load the magazine like so. It's pretty crazy. And it can hold 2 stripper clips. The clips hold 10, the gun itself holds 20. So I'll load one more in here for you. Pretty unique. I've never shot a handgun that actually took stripper clips, only rifles. So we're going to test this out on some targets we got down range, see how it does, see how it cycles. I've only shot one mag through this so far, so we'll see how it does. Zero problem cycling. That's the full 20 rounds there. Very accurate so far. The trigger pull is not excellent. It's kind of a heavy trigger pull. The wall on it it's very long. Like that's that first wall, and then it's a pretty long trigger pull until it actually fires. So far though, you know, it's not bad. Let's load another mag up, or another clip actually, and see how it goes. Before I shoot this other clip off, I just wanted to show you the round. This is a 5.7. I'm covered in aluminum dust. I was shooting off tannerite before I filmed. But this is 5.7 by 28. What it looks like is almost like a mini 5.56 cartridge. So it's almost like a baby rifle round out of a little handgun like this. It's a very high velocity round. I don't know really how it performs ballistically. If it's not something I would want to everyday carry, I don't think, because of over penetration and stuff like that. But it's very fun to shoot. The only time I've shot this caliber before, I shot that P90 a few videos back, and it's really fun to shoot. But you know, it's not a very cool, or it's not a very good self-defense weapon. It's more just a range toy, in my opinion. But anyway, let's shoot another clip, a clipazine through here, and see if it keeps running. So far, no problem. There we go. We got one problem so far. That is a failure to eject. It was almost trying to double feed that next round, but that primer right there has been struck. That is a fired cartridge. So I'm going to pull that out of there. Lock the slide back. You can see that round actually fired. It just did not eject. And then that round tried to chamber. All right, let's keep running it. Okay. Same thing. Failure to eject. We got that one out of there. Keep running it, I guess. And again, the very next shot, same issue, failure to eject. It is not looking good for this gun. The first mag I shot through it, it was flawless. I had no failure to feed, no failure to eject, nothing like that. But so far, it is not looking like it's a very reliable gun, in my opinion. I kind of had high hopes for this one. Everybody was talking it up before it came out. So far, I'm not very impressed. I like the caliber as a range toy, but if it's not going to feed correctly every single time when I need it to, it's not something I would even consider carrying. So far, positive aspects about this gun. It is very lightweight. It is easily concealable, single stack. It is optic ready. It has a plate right there ready for an optic to go on it. The iron sights, the accuracy, everything on it is pretty good. The rail right there, so you can put a light or a laser, whatever you want on it. It's fun to shoot. It's not something that I would use for my own protection. Definitely not. And with it having as many issues as it has so far, I would definitely decide against it. I would get something cheaper and better, or just better. I think they started out $500–600, and now you can get them for maybe $300. It's worth it if you're looking for a cool range toy in this specific caliber, but that's the only real reason I see to own one or to have one. That being said, I'm not dogging Keltec. I actually appreciate them coming out with new, innovative things. I like that a lot. At least they're trying. They always try to come out with like the new, best, crazy idea, or something really, you know, just, what's the word I'm searching for here? Just something different, which they do. It's not always great, but they're trying, and I appreciate them for that. So, you know, they're cheap plastic guns, but they're different, they're weird, and it's, you know, that's all I have to say about that. Let's go ahead and shoot a couple more rounds off here. See if it actually cycles. Nope. Again, just failure to eject every single time. Okay. That's not great. So what you got here, that was the last round. The slide held open, which is good. That cartridge did not eject. Instead, it flipped backwards. So we have a backwards cartridge in the gun. Not ideal. Not what you want. So there's that. We're going to keep on running it. So far, the coolest part about this gun is the stripper clips. That's kind of sweet. The fact that it holds 20 rounds, also kind of cool. The stripper clips are kind of finicky as well, just the way you load them. And I don't mean load them into the firearm like how I just did. Let's see. Okay, that's great. Oh, how do you like that? I don't like it. I did not mean to chamber one. Chambered one for me. I don't like my guns doing stuff for me like that. That's great. We're going to put this down for a second and talk about the magazines. Or the clips, rather. So, the problem I've seen with the clips, you got this little follower here, where you push your rounds down into the firearm. That can easily, if you rotate it, it pops out. It will not stay in the clip very well. I just dropped that one. Proves my point. It will not stay in the clip very well, that little follower, unless you have a fully loaded one where the follower can sit in the top of the clip like that, and then it kind of locks itself in place. But when they're unloaded, that follower, it just pops in and out. The way you load these from the bottom here, you just pop them in, or you can put one in, you can put a round in sideways and kind of turn them in until you get to about round number 8, and then you have to pop them in from the bottom. It's weird. I don't want to say gimmicky, but it's just kind of, it's impractical for sure. It's not, it's a range toy, like I've said already 100 times. It's a range toy. If you like that caliber and you like not being able to shoot off 20 rounds in a row with no problems, then that's the gun for you. I do not like that it chambered a round without me doing it physically. It chambered one by itself. That's kind of an issue. And then the failure to eject thing is just it's kind of turning me off of this gun, and it's just very upsetting. I had higher hopes, but we'll keep running it. That's enough talking for now. Let's get back to shooting. Try to get it to cycle this whole 10 rounds, I believe. It's just not. It's just not. There's another one. Failure to eject. All right. The rest of that clip actually ran pretty well. Seems like it was just the first one. Let's try another one. Actually, while we're at it, we'll just try 2 more. Load the full 20 rounds into it. All right. That actually ran pretty well. This, in my opinion, is kind of just kind of a miss on Keltec's part. And I'm not dogging Keltec at all. I love their innovation and coming up with new ideas. It's really cool that they did something like this. I love the idea of the stripper clip and the pistol, like, and the other weird stuff they come up with, like the sub 2000s or the KSGs or KF7s. Those are, I mean, they're just cool. I just wish they were a little bit more reliable is the only problem. But anyway, that pretty much wraps up the PR57. We're gonna put this gun away. I promised you guys I would do something once I reached 500 subscribers, and we're gonna do that now for you today. All right, what we got here is a ATI Nomad. It's a Turkish break action 12 gauge, just a little cheapy. But you can see right there, we have 50 BMG loaded into that thing. I promised we would do this a while ago. Sorry it took me so long to get around to it. But we're going to tie a string around the trigger and get far back behind cover and pull the string. And hopefully it does not blow up on the first shot. I'm hoping I can get at least 2 or 3 shots out of this thing just to get some extra footage in. But if it blows up on the first round, it is what it is, I guess. You know, that's why we're here. We're just going to see what it does. So we're going to close this up. Maybe. There it goes. Nope. There it goes. We're going to tie a string around it, pull that hammer back, and get behind cover. And then we'll see what happens. All right, so we got the shotgun taped up here. We're going to, hopefully, this secures it good enough on this log here to where we can pull the trigger. We got that string attached. Jordy's here. I'm gonna let him pull the trigger on it. And then we have a little plastic sheet here that I am going to put in front of one of the cameras. Hopefully that doesn't obstruct the view too much. It looks like it's going to do fine. But just so my camera doesn't get annihilated. And then we're going to put this body armor behind a table for some extra cover, some padding, just so that we don't get fragged in the event that this does completely explode the gun. All right, we got it hooked up. We got our cover set up. We're gonna go ahead and pull this hammer back, and I'm gonna go get behind cover, and then we'll pull the trigger and see how it goes. Firing. Okay, so the hammer definitely dropped. We've waited a few seconds to see if, you know, it was a hang fire. It doesn't look like that's the case, so we're going to go ahead and move in and see what went wrong here. So we have a primer strike. It's just a light primer strike, it looks like. All I really know what to do right now is to close it up and try again. Maybe we'll get a heavier strike, or if we can strike in the same spot, maybe it'll set it off. I'm not really sure, but that's let's close this back up and try again. All right, we finally got out the fire. It did knock the shotgun a couple feet off of where we had it mounted and knocked a good little chunk out of the wood. The 12 gauge itself, let's get this tape off here real quick. It doesn't look bad, honestly. We'll try to pry this round out real quick. So that round is pretty sealed into the chamber. I think we're gonna get a ramrod and try to knock it out, maybe, if I can't get it out with a knife. All right, so we're about to do something kind of stupid. Disclaimer. We're having a hard time getting this casing out, and we could just get a ramrod and push the casing out of the back of the shotgun. However, I don't feel like running up the hill to grab one. So what we're gonna do is tie an AR-15 to where the muzzle is pointing down the barrel of the shotgun, and we're gonna shoot it out. Firing. Let's see if it knocked that casing out. It did. Look at that. Good to go. Let's load another 50 BMG up in there and try again. I think we finally destroyed it. It's somehow still together. It's like screwed in by this bolt here. It's rotating, but it's still not coming apart. I don't even know what piece that is. Everything's just kind of falling out of there. Okay, there we go. Shotgun destroyed. I hope you're happy. That was a lot of effort to break this thing. Wow, super durable. I think I'm more impressed by this than I am the Keltec PR57. This thing is freaking durable. Whew. All right, that's it on today's video. Thank you very much for tuning in to see my opinion on this Keltec PR57. Remember, if you're going to get one cheap, and it's a range toy, and that's about all. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.